Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your reading. This is going to be for December 2023. I almost said 2024. I can't believe it's almost 2024. Anyway, keep going. It's for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. If this one doesn't resonate, definitely check out those other placements. It is a general reading, so it may not resonate for everyone who watches. So we're going to get into your current energy, the near future, which you don't see coming, and then what Spirit wants you to focus on. And then we'll take a look, of course we clarify, and then we'll take a look at what's going on with you and your person or whoever's on your mind. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you guys for all of your support. If you are new, welcome. I do hope if you enjoy the messages, you'll consider subscribing. And if you'd like a personal reading, that information is in the description box below or the About section of my channel. All right, I feel like I need to shuffle just a little bit more. Let's cut these cards and see what's going on for you guys. Okay, so with your overall energy, we have the Ten of Wands. This is kind of like a mixed bag. It's good and not bad, but good and heavy all at the same time. Because what it feels like is whatever burden you've been carrying, whatever's been weighing on your mind, this is something that's coming to an end. So there is resolve, but it feels like it may start out in the beginning of the month where you still feel like you're carrying this albatross on your shoulders. So things may still seem a little bit heavy, a little frustrating, just a lot going on. It doesn't always mean bad things. Good things can be stressful as well. So it could be a combination of both, but you're almost there. So whatever struggle you've been dealing with, if there's just been something that's overwhelming, you're almost done with all that hard work or getting through a situation. All right, so let's see what your current energy. We have the Ace of Cups. Some of you, Seven of Cups. All right, for those of you that are single, that aren't necessarily looking, this could be the month where people start popping up out of the woodwork. You could meet a bunch of different people. People seem interested, but you don't seem to be. You may be more focused on yourself. And some of you a little bit confused about which direction you want to go as far as your love life is concerned. And it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship or not. Under that, we have the World. Okay, so something about your love life or how you feel about love or your emotions, something is shifting throughout the month. So if you've been just stressed or feeling down and haven't been able to kick it, that feeling, this is that month where some of that is going to dissolve. It's going to resolve itself, which is great. By the way, happy birthday to those of you who've already had a birthday and the ones that are coming, because we have a couple weeks left of your sign. So it's no surprise because each year, each sign around their birthday will go through some kind of significant shift. So you are definitely closing out one cycle, the World, we know that, and starting something new. So wherever you've been a little bit confused around your emotions, around love, around what you love in your life, that seems to be coming to resolve this month. All right, so let's look at the near future. So what's going to be coming up? So we have the Eight of Swords. So a part of you is going to have to work on pushing through the idea that you're stuck. When this card comes out, it's usually about the things that you're stuck in your head about. It isn't necessarily physically being stuck. For some of you, or a lot of us, by the way, I just want to share, because when we get to a place where we feel like things aren't moving or the universe has got us sitting still, it can be really frustrating. So your thoughts are constantly going, and that idea that you can't move comes about. That's where the Eight of Swords comes in. So if you are stuck in your head about something that's been happening, whether it be your love life or other things that are going on, I feel like you're going to recognize why that's happening. And I think you're going to release it. Let's see, the Hangman, well, both kind of, okay, there you go. We've got the Ten of Pentacles. So you go from the Eight of Swords, the Hangman, into the Ten of Pentacles. So there's a reason why you've been held back for a while. They want you to understand something clearly before you move into this next stage. So the Ten of Pentacles can be an indication of so many different things. First, because you're perfect, and nothing is perfect, but you know what I mean when I say perfect. Your partner, the one that is meant for you, the one that's going to be your equal, the one that's going to see things the way that you do, is probably going to show up in your life sooner than later. But there's some things that needed to be resolved. Whether it's leftover feelings from having been frustrated or problems in past relationships, whatever it was that kept you in your head, Anything that's lingering has to be released so that you can open up to this new person situation. I'm not saying that you're going to miss it, because you won't. You won't miss it. But they need you to be enlightened. They need you to understand that you need to release these thought processes, these patterns in your head, in order for this to be as successful as they want it to be for you. Now, it could also be a work situation and something that you love very dearly, and it's been really hard for you to get to the end of a tough cycle. Maybe it's taken a long time for you to build something, whether it be business or your career, and now all of a sudden something starts to pay off, and you're going to understand why it took so long or why you felt stuck for that period. Okay, so it can apply to either one. Now, what you don't see coming, we've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So timing, because it's almost like a clock, and I don't typically get this with this card, but it's what it feels like. The timing of things is what can be frustrating. So with the Wheel of Fortune, it's fated events. And yes, typically they come around at a certain time in your life. Let go, if you can, of the timing. That's what's important, because it could take a little longer than this reading, but the energy is there, which is what's important. So what you don't see coming is that you can't control the timing. The Emperor, this is taking back control of a situation. So being in your masculine energy, you're going to be on the top of the mountain type of feeling is what I feel like. So not only just taking back your power, but this could also be, okay, that's one thing. Secondly, I feel like this could be somebody who comes into your life that is someone who has a lot of knowledge that could be very helpful to you. And again, there is no specific timing in which this energy shows up, or in which you start to feel like, you know what, I've got control over this, regardless of when things happen. I understand with the Hangman, because he's got that light around his head. I understand that something is coming to me. As long as I get out of my head about past issues or problems that I've been having, it's okay. That's you taking your power back and saying, you know what, it's okay. I'm in this position no matter what. I can stand proud and strong and like the Emperor and, you know, sit back on my throne and wait for these things to come, because they will. Everything else that you've wanted in your life has probably happened. Some things we don't get, but for the most part, you've gotten through any other difficult situation. So just know that that's it. And you're not going to have to wait long. The Seven of Pentacles is a waiting card, right? If it were in the upright, I'd say, you waited a long time. Well, there isn't a lot of time to wait. This is happening sooner than later. All right, so let's see what Spirit wants you to focus on. We have the Hierophant, your faith, which makes sense. We can all lose faith, especially when we go through difficult times, because our expectations as humans is that we're going to come into this life and we're meant to experience a bunch of joyful things, and that's what we're seeking, until we wake up and realize that we're here to learn a lot of lessons, and that pain comes with those lessons. So some people do lose faith, and I could see where that could be difficult and frustrating, because you feel like something hasn't been successful. Maybe your confidence had been worn down a tad bit. So all of this seemed to be tested. Your resilience, your faith in yourself, how you feel about you and your worth. So some of you, this is childhood wounds. You're getting past self-worth. I don't want to call them issues, because some people call them those. I call them challenges, and they're challenges that you're going to overcome. That's what I think Spirit wants you to focus on, is getting more excited and having faith that things are going to work out, and they have in the past. They may not have looked exactly the way you wanted them to, but we're working towards different goals now because we live in a different time. So that's what I think they want you to work on or focus on, is getting used to what it feels like to get what you want, to feel successful, and to work on self-esteem and feeling good about yourself. All right, so the challenge, we have the Chariot. Sitting still is always a challenge for anyone. So I feel like with the Chariot, it's just a lack of movement. So anytime things aren't moving is what might be challenging. So like I said, it's coming. The timing in which it may come is not exact. And yes, you have to wait a little bit longer, but not too long. And here it says the challenge is a lack of movement. And for some of you, this could be that you may not be able to travel to do the things that you want to this month. It's always challenging around the holidays. Something may end up getting canceled for some of you. Listen, if you're traveling, don't worry about it. I don't want to scare anybody saying, oh, you're going to see your family for Christmas and it's not going to work out. Just saying there may be some challenges around traveling this month. All right, so let's take a look at what else we have. We're going to clarify with the 10 of Wands. Okay, so we have the Strength card. Yeah, no doubt. Whenever you've got the 10 of Wands there, it's exhausting. So yes, Spirit's recognizing that it's been very tiring. The Page of Pentacles feels like something just isn't getting off the ground. That's why you feel like you're stressed. But I want to say, hold on, because you have the World here. So something is changing and it's going to be successful. So don't give up just yet. The King of Cups. For some of you, this could be a love interest, someone that's not emotionally available, and you've carried the weight of what happened between the two of you, confusion, not wanting to open up to others, feeling stuck in your head about that situation, confused for sure about why it couldn't take off. You've carried that burden for a really long time, and there's something about that I think Spirit wants you to release because it's wearing you down. Do the best that you can. Nobody can get over something in a specific time frame. So if it's taken you a long time and you know that you really want to work through it and release it, then this is just validation that this is probably going to be a time when that's going to change and you're going to be able to let that go. So the Ace of Cups with the 7 of Cups, we have the Knight of Swords. If you're expecting somebody to reach out, I don't feel like they're going to. So I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, and I certainly don't want to crush any dreams. But I just don't feel like there's communication if you're expecting that. I think things are going to be cut off for your benefit, because if somebody's not emotionally available and they don't seem to participate, or whatever the reasons were that something didn't work out and you were confused emotionally all the time, there's a reason why that'll be blocked from you. If you've learned the lesson and you don't need to repeat it. So the 7 of Cups with the World, we have, here's the contradiction in cards, because the 4 of Cups is saying, okay, there's no communication, and then suddenly there's a love offer. But I think this is somebody new. So if you're looking for love, this could be somebody new, and it can change your world. It's just a matter of being open to it. I think you're much more secure emotionally with yourself and being okay. For those of you that are alone, this is really about the single. So I apologize if you're in a relationship. We're going to get into you and your person after. Usually they coincide with the main reading, but I just wanted to say that because some of you may be in a relationship. Something's going to change. And if you are, this could be your person offering an apology. For those of you that are not in a relationship, yes, this could be somebody new, and this person could really change your world, especially because the next card is the 10 of Pentacles, and it's the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, meaning you're not going to have to wait for a long time for this relationship to grow. It's not like you're going to be endlessly, twirling your hair or scratching your head, masculine or feminine, doesn't matter which one you are, which gender, to understand where the relationship is going. It feels like it would be very clear to you almost immediately. So the 8 of Swords with the Hangman, we have the 6 of Cups. There's something around innocence and childhood and past, and wrapping up some emotions connected to the past, and being in also that enlightenment that you get when you're in that hangman position. This feels very comforting. I'm going to be honest. There could be some really good memories that pop up, very nostalgic things that come up that also help you kind of release feeling stuck. Maybe there's an idea from your childhood. You go back and you think about how wondrous you were, meaning excited about the future and all the possibilities. And it feels very childlike energy. It's a good thing. So the hangman, and if you're 20, your childhood was not that long ago. I felt the need to say that. But still, there are things that you can also have memories of that bring back, they're good memories, and they can be very nostalgic. Okay, so the hangman with the 10 of Pentacles, there's that 10 of Wands. So whoever this is or whatever this situation is, it's going to turn around for you, whether it's the increase in money or somebody who's like a really stable, steady partner, somebody that brings joy into your life, changes your life. Somebody's going to change your life, and it's going to relieve these burdens that you've been carrying for a long time, because it will be in the past. This is in the near future. So in the upright there, in reverse here, Wheel of Fortune with the Emperor, we have the 2 of Cups. So the Wheel of Fortune being in reverse with the 2 of Cups in reverse just tells me that past situations that weren't meant to work out, right? They were fated at the time because you had to learn something. Those are not coming back around because you need to get back to this place where you feel in control of yourself, your circumstances, your feelings, all of those things. Because whoever this was, you did not see eye to eye, and I feel like it's connected to the burdens that you have been carrying. So the Emperor with the Seven of Pentacles, it wasn't going anywhere. Yeah, there you go, the Devil. So what you don't see coming, maybe you're going to recognize these things about a person. So if you haven't let them go, some of you, you've already let them go. Others of you, you may be recognizing now that there's someone who's either too controlling, you don't see eye to eye, there's some toxic behaviors. You've waited a long time to see if things are going to change, and they don't seem to be. So take whichever resonates for you. There's something definitely happening. This person could also make you feel by the things they say and do. I mean, you have to take responsibility for how you feel. And yes, sometimes people can be a mirror for how you feel about yourself. But once we break that pattern, we never allow people like that back in. So if this person made you question yourself, I can see why Spirit's like, you need to work on these things, because this person may have been the one that broke you down. And they want you to rebuild yourself and not lose faith that things are going to get better, because they are. The Hierophant with the Six of Wands. We have the Nine of Cups. It's about you finding fulfillment, not fulfilling somebody else. So if you haven't been, the Nine of Cups, this is all like energy of things that haven't felt like you've been able to either overcome or accomplish what you've wanted to and feel fulfilled. And that's what they're trying to explain, is that this wouldn't have been fulfilling for you long term. So some of you, this could be a divorce with the Hierophant in reverse. And then the Wheel of Fortune comes out in the upright. So where things were not working out, once you recognize this and you get yourself from this place of feeling stuck, again, this could be work situations as well, and you recognize where you're not fulfilled and how this is not really supporting you and empowering you, then things really do change. So this person may come in, you recognize where things went wrong in the past and why they didn't work out, and then all of a sudden things get really, really good. So two really important cards, Ten of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune, telling you that things are turning around. You're going to be putting down those burdens. This new person could be helping, or maybe you've met this person, I don't know. They could be helping and be really supportive, and it's helping you understand how toxic a past situation was. Maybe you hadn't yet had a partner that has been this supportive and understanding, and that's going to help you recognize how bad or difficult the patterns were from the past. Now, this Chariot card, where there's been a little bit of lack of movement. See, speaking your mind may be a little bit difficult. Now, we talked about there may be some trouble in travel, and maybe you don't find out about it. But this is also about, it can be hard to move forward when you can't be honest with yourself or speak your truth. And sometimes you just need to speak your truth. You, not necessarily to the person that you would like to. Somehow, some way, I want to say write this down. You could be writing things down now just to get them out of your system. There's other ways to do that. It's kind of a confusing energy, because I feel like there's part of you that keeps trying to push forward into something that isn't meant for you, and it keeps pulling you back. So if I'm saying that and you know that you're doing that, this may be a message to get you to kind of open your eyes and say, is this really what's right for you? All right. So we're going to not skip, but we're going to go ahead and get into you and your person. Let's see what's going on. There. Okay. So your person's energy, I see we've got the Ace of Cups twice. So you definitely, I feel like some of you are releasing somebody who's not available, or you're shutting down. Your person's definitely not. This could be somebody who's fairly emotional and very defensive. The Page of Wands is somebody who's kind of childish too. I'm not going to say the things that are coming to me, but with that Page of Wands, you can take a look at the card and kind of get the feeling. Maybe that's all they're interested in. You never know. I mean, if you've been in a long-term relationship, they could just be immature that way, or maybe don't connect well on that level. The intimacy may be a little bit difficult. I just feel like whoever this is shut down and shut off. Could be an Aries, a Taurus, Leo, Sag, Aries again. Six of Cups, this is where you're a little bit nostalgic about this. Maybe you're hoping, or we're hoping for, an apology. The Eight of Cups, some of you are having a really hard time leaving this behind. Three of Cups, it's creating a lot of sadness as well. Five of Pentacles, you've got the Eight of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. Maybe a fear of abandonment, maybe a part of you is just too scared to walk away fully emotionally, even if you're physically apart and have been for a long time. Some of you are still in your head about this, and you can't let go of the emotions. So that just needs to be, when this comes out this way, it needs to be worked on still, just because it's going to free you and open you up to this new opportunity that's coming about in your life. You know, sometimes people don't want something new, and that's totally up to you. There's no pressure. You have free will. But when it comes out this clear, to me, it feels like there's a message of open up and let something go so that something better can come in. Let's see. We've got you deserve love. You are lovable. Maybe some of you need to understand that more clearly. Past life relationship, you have known each other before. Love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. That's what I feel like Spirit's trying to have you work on here. Trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. So have faith that something that's being removed is going to be replaced with something much better. Let's see what advice we have. What advice do you have for Sag, please? Okay, so we've got the King of Cups. There you go. The advice is to be open, and that's stuck to another card, but they will not let me separate them. So the King of Cups is somebody's coming in. Could be a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. It doesn't matter. But the energy, by the way, don't pay attention to the gender. Or sorry, that's the Knight. I thought it was the King. It's somebody coming in that has a true grounded offer. Somebody who genuinely has interest and love. And then the Strength card, because they view you as somebody, not only do they admire you, but they see strength in you. So it's a good thing. The Knight of Wands in reverse. Be cautious. Don't shut yourself off too much. Don't be afraid to be connected or to get intimate with somebody. And I don't mean physically. I'm talking about connecting on an intimate level. Don't shut yourself off. Empress, because this is who you are. Male or female. The Empress is just an energy of loving and nurturing and caring and wanting to, you know, just embodying all those amazing and beautiful things. I'm going to get a little corny for a second because that's who you are. And somebody else is going to see that and respect that and want to nurture that with you because they see every bit of who you are and appreciate it. All right, so let's get a couple of cards from the Lover's Oracle. Romance. There you go. Cupid's arrow strikes. It's funny because I almost didn't pick it up. So I thought, that's a little interesting. Beware of what you're projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. I had not said anything about mirrored images in a reading in a while, and I said that myself before this card came out. So just recognize sometimes, sometimes we have the same little quirks and things that we don't like about somebody else, and or someone is a mirror for us to see how we actually feel about ourselves. So just be open to that so that you can recognize where maybe you don't have faith in yourself. It doesn't always have to be, you know what I mean? If somebody else seems insecure, maybe you too, at times, also have those feelings about yourself. Anyway, you understand the concept. Let's keep going. Passion, a magnetic and seductive quality surrounds you at present. Enjoy it. So you're going to be drawing people in. All these partner type cards are popping up, which obviously that's what the Lover's Oracle is about. But usually there's messages just that are good messages. It doesn't always have to be about love. Trust, transformation occurs through acceptance. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. See, that's what I mean. Sometimes those are just basic. All right. Let's get a couple of cards from the Wisdom of the Oracle for you. What do we have for Sag for December, please? Okay. All right, so there's that 5. Some of you, that fear of walking away or feeling abandoned by someone, I feel like that's coming to an end because 5s are about change. So something is significantly shifting there. Okay, so this month they're asking you to be flexible. Pay attention to the 19th of December.
You could be born on the 19th, the 1st, the 9th, or the 10th. Round and round, because you're getting off some kind of, I think I say this a lot. Well, this hasn't come up for you guys in a while, but there is some kind of merry-go-round. If this is thought processes that you just feel like you can't get out of your head and it's something that just keeps cycling, that's what I feel like is coming to an end. But be flexible with how things are moving, because not everything falls in line with our own timeline. It's still coming though. Have faith. You could be born on the 25th, the 2nd, the 5th, or the 7th, and then breathe. Do your best. Breathe through the tough times and try to have faith that good things are in the works here. So you could be 29, born on the 2nd, the 9th, or the 11th of the month. All right, my loves, those were your messages. Thank you so, so much for being here. I so appreciate you all. Please hit that like button on your way out. And if you'd like a personal reading, that information again is in the description box below or the about section of my channel. I hope you guys have an amazing month. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Sending you a ton of love, and I'll see you in the next one.